The beta is officially live for Modern Warfare 2. And just like any other Call of Duty, one of the most important parts is having good settings. So today we're making a quick video going over all of the controller settings. Now I'm on PlayStation, but whether you're on Xbox next week, whatever, these are going to apply to you. You can tweak them how you feel like, but let's go ahead and jump into it. So to get to settings, it's actually a little different now. I like how this is laid out, super cool. You're just going to press your start button and then go all the way over to the right hand side. And we're going to start with our quick setting. First off, I keep master volume 100%. That's completely up to you. All this stays the same for me. Sensitivity, if you're overcompensating on your bullets, you're aiming, meaning as when you're dragging to find someone and you drag too far or you just have a hard time staying on them, then you can drop this lower or heighten it if you feel like you're moving too slow. Keep in mind that you have to play a few games on each sensitivity to really feel for it and feel what's best for you, and then you can tweak it. Everything for here stays the same. Next, we're gonna hit our L2, our left trigger, and go down to controller. Now this is when things start changing. First, what I do, since I don't have my SCUF controller right now, is I go to the button layout preset and I hit tactical. That makes when I hit my right trigger, that makes me crouch, or I can hold it to dolphin dive, which this used to be super popular more back in the day, but still great for drop shotting and at least get you from standing to something else quickly during a gunfight. Again, that's going to take a little bit to get used to, but I highly recommend it. Next, I turn off controller vibration. This is every single game that I play. The little vibrations in the controller can throw off your aim just ever so slightly, even making you miss a single bullet. And that single bullet could be the difference between winning a gunfight and losing it. Now you can see that there's stars next to a couple of these, and that just shows that it's in those quick settings. So this horizontal stick sensitivity should change if you change it in your quick settings, along with like the input and the stick layout preset. Going down from here, the ADS sensitivity multiplier is how fast you move while aiming in, left to right. Usually I drop this just a little bit. I'll probably do about 0.9 right now and then figure out how I feel. This is usually what works best for me. Everything else I keep the same until we get down to the armor plate behavior, and I hit apply all. This, instead of just applying one at a time, it'll just apply all of them back to back. From there, we can move down to graphics. Again, I don't have keyboard and mouse, at least not for the PlayStation beta, so I'm not going to be going over that. I turn off the world motion blur. This is when you're turning left and right, there's blur on your screen, and you don't want that. You want to be able to see as clearly as possible. The same with the weapon motion blur. I turn that off every time as well. Film grain really doesn't affect anything. Depth of field I also turn off. This is when you're aiming in, that blurs out some of the background, and again, you don't want that. You want your image to be as clear as possible. Field of view, this is completely up to you. This is how much of the map that you can see at one time on your screen. I like to bring this up to at least 90. Sometimes if I'm feeling up to it, I'll put it up to 100, but 90 will give you a bigger field of view. You'll be able to see more going on. Take a little bit to get used to, but it'll be pretty easy for you once you do. Next, I go down to audio. With my audio, I drop my music down quite a bit. I'm going to be dropping it down to 50, my dialogue down to 75, and then we'll keep the rest the same. My music is because I don't want it to overwhelm any other audio that I'm trying to hear in the background. Footsteps, gunfire, anything. If your music is too loud, it can overtake that and you might not hear everything properly. Everything else can stay exactly the same. And then if we go over to interface, everything else does stay the same once again. So the main parts of this setting video is turning off that motion blur and tweaking your volume, which that'll help a lot with being able to see everything around you while you're moving that doesn't blur anything else. And then that audio will help you actually hear everything else going around you without having that music overtake you. Now, maybe once the game comes out, this audio will change, but at the moment, this is the best way to go, whether you're on PlayStation or console. And if you're on PC, I would highly recommend still turning off that motion blur and tweaking your audio. Other than that, if y'all have any questions or concerns, feel free to let me know. I'll be uploading a ton over the next couple weeks. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I will see y'all in the next one.